It was the same story for the Running Eagles when they returned to action on Monday after more than a month of not playing. They took on Life on Monday, fell 93-85. In fact, they had to play the very, very end of the ball game with just 3 players on the floor as 2 had fouled out. Had to play the final 4 minutes with 4 players, and then a second player fouled out in the waning seconds to finish with 3. So that could end up becoming an issue here today. Life is officially 2-7 on the season, although they've only played 7 games. They've actually forfeited a weekend series against Martin Methodist and Bethel back at the beginning of January. So it'll be interesting how Life comes out at this and how Georgetown also attacks this Life team, and see if the Tigers can get a couple of Running Eagles into foul trouble. As again, Life will not have the luxury of a bench to work with in this ballgame for the second straight game. In fact, the game on Monday for Life was their first since November the 19th. And so they'll try and see if they can navigate the waters here again tonight. And a name we'll be calling quite often for the Running Eagles is Sydney Tears, a 5'10 senior out of Chicago. She's currently averaging 26 points per game. That's 5th best in the country right now. She had 44 points and 10 rebounds in the game against Life on Monday. She's taken more than 20 field goal attempts in 6 of the 7 games that Life has played on the season. That other game, she took 16 shots in that one. Cheyenne Daphne should be a factor inside on the post for Life. 6'2 senior from Tampa. She had 16 and 14 in the game against Pikeville. Cheyenne Daphne and Sydney Tears, the only 2 members of the Life team to play all 7 games in which they participated in on the year. We'll also get a good look today at Niall Lee, the 5'4 freshman from Miami. Made her debut on Monday against Pikeville and had 20 points. Did have 7 turnovers, still 20 points for a player 5'4", especially in your collegiate debut. Pretty impressive. Also, we'll see today Letoria Dorsey in the uniform for the Running Eagles for the first time this season. So nothing to work with on the bench for Life, but it's still they've come on the road here today to take on Georgetown. This was originally scheduled to be a doubleheader with this game here, and then Georgetown men were slated to take on Campbellsville. Remember back to our broadcast on Monday, we're told as we were going off the air that game was going to be played today in mid-afternoon before this women's game, and then since then that game was postponed. And so the Georgetown men getting the day off before they're scheduled to be back here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym this coming Saturday when Martin Methodist is slated to come in for a men's and women's doubleheader. And assuming all goes well and we're able to have those games, we'll have that for you here on Stretch. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the tip as Georgetown hosts Life in a Mid-South Conference battle here on Stretch. It's time now for the starting lineups of this Mid-South Conference battle. First for Life. Again, only 5 players in uniform, so the only 5 you're going to see here in this one. Tahira McBride, 5'7" freshman from Sebastian, Florida, averages 3 points per game. There'll be more of her today. Sydney Tears, the 5'10" senior out of Chicago, 26 points, 6 rebounds per game, had 44 points in the loss to Pikeville on Monday night. Niall Lee, 5'4" freshman, making her second appearance of the season. She had 20 in her debut on Monday against Pikeville. Cheyenne Daphne, 6'2" senior out of Tampa, Florida, averages 9 points and 8 boards per game, had 16 and 14 against UPike on Monday, had 12 and 8 in a game against Shawnee State back in November. And Letoria Dorsey makes her Life debut here today. She's a 5'11" sophomore from Atlanta, Georgia. And for the Georgetown Tigers, 2-6 on the year and now 1-5 in Mid-South Conference play under fourth-year head coach James Jackson off of a 66-64 win against Bethel on Monday night. Madison Darnell, 5'11" junior from Russell, Kentucky, 8 points, 6 boards per game. Lauren Boblet getting the start down inside. 6'1" sophomore from Lawrenceburg, Kentucky, 7 points, 5 boards per game. Second straight start for Boblet. Whitney O'Mara, 5'10" senior out of Maysville, looking to get going. Her last 2 games since returning to the lineup. Just 3 points on 1 of 13 shooting from the floor. Shelby Wilson gets her second straight start. The freshman out of Winchester played a lot of big minutes Monday in the win over Bethel. And finally, Grace White, the 5'9" senior, who poured in 30 points, had 2 big blocks late in the game when Bethel was trying to take a lead and then tie the game in the waning seconds. She had blocks on back-to-back possessions that saved the day for Georgetown to allow the Tigers to pick up that first conference win of the season. Georgetown currently sitting in the tied for 9th in the league right now at 1-5 overall. They're tied with Cumberland. Life in the basement at 0-6. Freed Hardman's in the middle. Freed Hardman 1-7 in the league after a 6-1 non-conference start. So Life wearing the road black uniforms with the green trim. Georgetown in the home white uniforms, and Boblet wins the opening tap against Daphne, and we are underway here. I'll be curious to see with the lack of numbers for Life how far Georgetown goes into its bench as we go along. And as you would likely expect, Life's going to be in a zone the whole day. They'll start out here in a 1-2-2 with Daphne at the top. White to the near side corner. Wilson can't get it into O'Mara. Boblet tries it from 15. Off the mark, and Sydney Tears pulls down the board. She's going to throw up a lot of shots in this game. 5th in the country in scoring. Here's her first. It's way off to the left, and Darnell has it for Georgetown. Life comes into today scoring about 71 a night, giving up 80. I'm wondering if Life will try and slow the tempo down here to avoid any foul trouble and what have you in transition. Grace White, 3-ball, is short and pulled down by Daphne. 5th year of the Life program as McBride lost it on the way up. All 5 years have been led by head coach Anthony Maxwell. Really enjoyed watching him from a distance as the last 5 years have progressed and the way he's built the program really from nothing into a very respectable program within the Mid-South Conference. This year very tough with the attrition to the rosters. Wilson's 3 is no good. Of course, it was announced not too long ago that in a couple of years, Life will be leaving the Mid-South Conference. Starting in the 2022-23 season, Life will move to the Southern States Athletic Conference. And now a foul on the play, and I think Boblet's going to get called down low as she was battling with Dorsey for the rebound off the missed 3. And that is indeed the case, our first foul of the game. These are 2 teams that turn it over a lot. Georgetown comes in today averaging 20 turnovers per game. Life comes into today turning the ball over at a rate of 27 times per game. Now, they've forced 27 turnovers per game, so it can be very helter-skelter with this Running Eagles squad. The ball security going to be of utmost importance in this one. And then right there you have a turnover as Daphne couldn't handle the inbound, and White takes it. Right side, O'Mara. Nice move around Dorsey and then missed the lay-in. And then O'Mara in a bad spot. Couldn't get herself established back in bounds. The ball back over to Life. 8:05 to go in the first quarter. Still looking for our first points. The team's now combined 0 for 8 from the field as that ball is knocked out. Dorsey wants a three. It's well short, and White eventually wraps up the rebound and moves it off to Wilson. 4-on-3 ahead for Georgetown. Left side, O'Mara. Trying to work baseline, spinning it back out, and threw it right to Niall Lee, and she is bumped by Boblet. And 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the game, Lauren Boblet has picked up 2 fouls. And Reagan Williams will come in and take the place of Boblet. Lee nearly threw that one away as McBride had to come chase it down from against Darnell. Tears at the foul line. Tough shot, not there. Good rebound inside by Dorsey. Back to Tears inside, and Sydney Tears finally gets somebody on the board. 2 minutes and 45 seconds into the game. And she is going to take a lot of shots here tonight. Took 33 shots in the game against Pikeville, and now Williams threw it away. Should have been a turnover. Lee just couldn't keep her feet in play. White has the inbound here, and now to the middle to O'Mara. She'll stop and pop from 10. Way too strong. And O'Mara just cannot find the range. She's now 0 for 4 today, and now 1 for 17 in her last 2+ games. 3 from the outside is good for McBride. First 3 of the season for the freshman, and Life leads 5-0. Williams, good extra pass. Now Wilson. Here is O'Mara. Steps back from 17. That one is short. Grace White follows it up, and Georgetown finally on the board 3.5 minutes into the ball game. 5-2, Life with the lead. Trying to get that one inside. Williams got it, and it's turned over. And now a foul in the backcourt. Going to be called against McBride, and those are the types of fouls, if you're Life, you cannot have in this game. Burcham into the game for O'Mara for Georgetown. No need to be risking fouls some 70 feet from the basket when you only have 5 players in uniform. Just can't afford it. Jump pass easily stolen. Bad decision there by the freshman Shelby Wilson. This side, Tears through the lane, may have gotten contacted by Darnell, and now an offensive foul, a late call at that, but Wilson steps underneath, and the offensive foul called against Sydney Tears. Williams looking for an outlet, now to Wilson. Again, this 1-2-2 zone, if you're not crisp with your passing, can be very difficult to work against, and Georgetown finding it out right now. Wilson will try a 3. There you go. First 3 in the collegiate career for Shelby Wilson. She ties the game at 5 with 5:25 to go in the first quarter. McBride on the opposite side gets called for the walk. 4th Life turnover. Jalen Landversite now in for Georgetown, taking the place of Darnell. Won't be surprised also if Georgetown elects to go with short stints on the floor and just keep player fresh and see if they can wear down Life as this game goes on. Georgetown played a little bit more deliberate pace Monday against Bethel. I would expect them to try and speed it up when they can here today. White from 17, got it again. Give the assist to Reagan Williams that time, and Grace White off to another excellent start. And now another Life turnover. Burcham's going to bring it up. She's been working more in the post this season as opposed to the outside. Wilson telegraphed that one. Bad decision there. Freshman mistake. Still a lot of time to learn, though, for her. Dorsey the other side. Got that one to go somehow through traffic. Nicely done by Latoria Dorsey. 7-all. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Now, Williams at the foul line trying to pass that to the near side. Dorsey blocked it, and it's a Georgetown turnover. Fast pace early on. Georgetown commits its first turnover. Here is Lee working against the taller Burcham, and McBride took her eye off of it. Eventually finds its way to Tears and back. 10 seconds for Life to shoot. Tears left side. A little too strong. Good rebound on the weak side by Dorsey. Good active early energy from Latoria Dorsey. Good head fake. Dorsey inside, bumped, couldn't get it to go, absorbed the contact, and Williams is right there for the rebound. Wilson stops at the elbow, right side. White steps into a three, well short. Popped up in the air and grabbed by Tears, and an offensive foul. And I tell you, Grace White, the senior, really sold that one. Sydney Tears picks up her second. There was not a lot of contact there at all, and Coach Maxwell doesn't agree with it. But I think because Tears stuck the forearm out as far as she did, that's what incited the call, even though there wasn't really a lot of contact on the play. So Life's best player, Sydney Tears, now with 2 fouls, and Life does not have a bench to go to. And so we are at the timeout now. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Georgetown and Life tied at 7 on stretch. Just about to get started here out of the timeout. Two teams tied at 7. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Terry Abram checks into the game for the first time for Georgetown. White jump pass inside to Williams. She'll turn and take the jumper from 8. It's too strong. Lambersite weak side board. Throws it inside to White with the left hand. Couldn't get it to go. Just call it an assist to Reagan Williams. Rebounding has been an issue for Life on the season as well. They're giving up nearly 54 rebounds to their opponents every time out. Tears inside, bumped by Reagan Williams. Not much contact, but more than enough to warrant the whistle. Williams is called for her first, and it's the team's third. Foul called on the floor. Lexi Stapleton checks in for Georgetown. Grace White will head out. Good early minutes for White. Again, 4 points, 3 rebounds, has an assist. McBride will inbound here for the Running Eagles. Daphne evaluating, and she hits the deck, and another foul is called. I think they're going to get Maddie Burcham here with contact on the arm. And that is indeed the case. It's Georgetown's 4th foul. They're trying to work it inside to Daphne. Dorsey lets a 3 go. It's well off to the left and over to Georgetown. Life as a team on the year shoots just 28% from three-point range. Three-point defense has been a struggle for Georgetown on the year. Coming into tonight, opponents shooting nearly 40% from downtown. Abram trying the backdoor pass to Lambersite, a bit too high and out of bounds. Over to the Running Eagles. It's Georgetown's second turnover. Dorsey inside. Dorsey has not been afraid to look for her shot here in her debut. She already also has 5 rebounds. Looks good early on for Life. That pass easily picked off. Lambersite just missed. 6'2" Cheyenne Daphne at the top. Looks like Georgetown now into a zone. Tears 3 is short. And tell you, Daphne, lucky she wasn't called for a foul on the weak side as she just shoved Lambersite right out of the way. Lexi Taylor checks into the game for the first time tonight for Georgetown. Taking the place of Lambersite, Taylor, 5'10" freshman from Bullitt East High School. 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Both these teams struggling offensively. Georgetown is 4 out of 17. Life is 4 out of 13. Abram now to Stapleton, left side to Burcham. Taylor in the middle, elbow jumper. In and out. Williams gets the offensive rebound, misses the first shot. Second attempt is good. Coach Maxwell trying to say that Williams pushed off inside to grab that second offensive rebound. But in either case, Williams has 4 and Georgetown in front. Daphne's 3 is short. Life now 1 for 7 from downtown. And Abram gets called for a walk. Had the right idea with Taylor cutting at the top of the key, just dragged that pivot foot. It's Georgetown's 4th turnover. Minute 24 to play in the quarter. Niall Lee will bring it up. Lee has not attempted a shot tonight thus far. Here is Tears at the top. Back to Daphne on the left side. Georgetown moving in that zone. Dorsey inside. Had it, lost it. And Williams comes away with it. The 6th Life turnover. Left side here. Stapleton could use one to go and not there on the first shot. Stapleton came in tonight 4 out of 26 in her last 5 games from downtown. Had a really good look there. Right now just struggling. Dorsey inside. Made the nice move and she'll go to the foul line. Lexi Taylor called for the foul. It's her first, and Georgetown now over the limit. 51 seconds remaining in the quarter. I like what I've seen from Dorsey thus far in the game. She's been active both inside and outside, taking a couple of three-point attempts. Didn't convert on either, but still willing to look for a shot. And then here you go, willing to work down on the block. Free throw too strong. Life as a team on the year shoots 61%. These are the first 2 free throws, obviously, for Dorsey on the season, as this is her debut. One of 2, and Dorsey leads Life with 5 points and 5 rebounds here late in the first quarter. Georgetown working around that zone. Abram had the pass deflected, and Daphne causing all kinds of issues at the top of that zone. This side, Niall Lee gets the lay-in. Life in front now. 26 seconds to go in the quarter. The Running Eagles lead 12-11. Taylor into the corner. Life will look to trap in those corners any chance they get. That ball's deflected out by Tears. That's the thing you have here with Dorsey, Daphne, and Tears, all 5'10" or taller. They've got the range to move and deflect those types of passes. 15 seconds for Georgetown in the quarter. Abram picks up the dribble. Now to Stapleton. Shot clock at 5. Stapleton going to have to let it fly. Wow! An NBA 3 from Stapleton to close the first quarter. And maybe that'll get her back in rhythm as she hits a big one here to close out the first frame. Both teams struggling from the field thus far. Turnovers also playing a factor, as we thought it might. We're at the end of one. Georgetown leading Life 14-12 on stretch. Second quarter begins now. Georgetown with a 14-12 lead. Georgetown 6 of 22 in the first quarter. Life 5 of 15. Daphne's foul line extended jumper is short. And Wilson with it. Wilson did not feel Dorsey behind, and Dorsey pokes it away, and now I think Wilson's going to get called for a foul, trying to get it back, and she will. I have a tough first half here thus far for the freshman Shelby Wilson. Did not feel Dorsey coming from behind, and trying to get it back, commits the foul. It's her first. Daphne feeds it inside to Dorsey. Used a shot fake and invited herself into a double team. Good job by Darnell and Williams staying down. Interesting, we're not seeing Daphne really work on the block thus far. McBride near side. Lee lets a three go. It is good. Niall Lee hits the three. 5 now for the freshman, and Life back in front. The second three of the evening for the Running Eagles. Williams somehow caught it inside, gets it back out. Stapleton trying to go deep again. This one off the mark. Tears pushing in transition up to Daphne. Daphne felt the triple team coming and backed out. Lee, 3, left that one short. I think I'm noticing early with those last 2 threes from Niall Lee, not a lot of lift off the floor for her. Pretty much flat-footed. Bad pass as Stapleton threw it over the head of Darnell. 7 Georgetown turnovers. Lee with a scoop pass inside. Tears couldn't get it to go. Sydney Tears now 1 for 7. And you wonder also, with the lack of numbers available for Life, how quickly some of these players would get fatigued in this ball game, which is why I thought Georgetown would try and push the pace when available. Wilson on the baseline. Couldn't get that one to go. Dorsey bothered that, forced Wilson to double clutch, and she missed the shot. McBride straight away off the iron, and Williams pulls down her 7th rebound. Wilson pulls up. Floater is good. Good job by Shelby Wilson to pull up at the last second as McBride was ready to draw the charge, and Wilson this time felt that coming and put the teardrop in. Shelby Wilson now with 5. She puts Georgetown ahead. Tears trying to split a trap, does. Fantastic move all the way to the rim, and Sydney Tears will go to the foul line. O'Mara gets called for the foul. It's her first. Team second of the quarter. Georgetown will send in Lanversite, Taylor, White, and Burcham. Shelby Wilson will now head out, and she'll give way to Callie Jackson. So a whole new 5 on the floor in first minutes of the night for Callie Jackson. Sydney Tears at the line on the year, 76%. First one rattles out, and Life now 1 of 3 from the line. And misses both. Georgetown coming back this way. White out of control inside. Jackson couldn't quite get a fingertip back on it, and Life will get it back. .7:22 to go in the quarter. Georgetown 16, Life 15. Full slate of Mid-South Conference action today. Pikeville is on the road at 17th ranked Lindsey Wilson. Shawnee State down from 7 to 9 in the most recent poll. They're down in Tennessee taking on Bethel. Thomas More now up to 4th in the nation. They're on the road tonight at Freed-Hardeman. Martin Methodist travels to now number 1 Campbellsville. And Cumberland still just outside the top 25. They're on the road at Cumberland. Lee's 3 here is short again. Dorsey with another rebound, works around Taylor inside, and Dorsey got it to go. Latoria Dorsey having herself a first half here, 7 points and 7 rebounds. Lanversite clearly got away with a walk, but it was missed. Taylor, second attempt is no good. Lanversite now gets a look at a 3 and puts it down, and that's a tough break for the Running Eagles there as Lanversite Looked like she got away with a pretty obvious travel there, but Georgetown will take it. Third three of the night, Lambersite's third three of the season, and Georgetown leads by a deuce. Tears working baseline on Taylor. Foul going to be called on the drive against the freshman Lexi Taylor. That is her second and the team's third. Darnell at the scorer's table to take the place of Taylor. .6:18 remaining here in the first half. Dorsey will try a three. Way off the mark once again. She's tried three of them, and all of them have been well wide of the target. White jump pass to the near corner. Lambersite, too strong. Right into the hands of Callie Jackson. She almost passed it back out, and I think realized at the absolute last second she had room to put up the shot, and Callie Jackson puts it in, and Georgetown now with 5 in a row leads by 4. Tears inside. Double team comes. Stepped on the end line. It's over to Georgetown. The 7th life turnover. One thing I enjoy in the times I've seen Life University, whether here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym or back a year ago at the Mid-South Conference Tournament, watching Coach Anthony Maxwell coach, he's always positive, always encouraging, never gets too down on his players. Always trying to find ways to coach them up and not talk down to them. White loses that one out of bounds. It's over to Life. This year, Life has just gone through so much attrition with this roster. Again, Monday was their first game since December 19th, and in that game they only had 5 players available on Monday. Tiers 3 is no good, and Life just 5 available here again. And Daphne now takes an awkward spill, and obviously Life cannot afford an injury of any kind in this one. Talked at the top of the broadcast, Life had to play the final seconds of that loss against Pikeville with just 3 players on the floor. 2 had fouled out. Jackson pass to the far corner. Burcham 3. That is good zone offense from Georgetown. Jackson gets the assist. Maddie Burcham's 4th 3 of the season. 8 straight for the Tigers. Left-handed feed to the far side. That was short. Jackson may have got a piece of it. Darnell up ahead. Callie Jackson takes it herself and puts it up and in. Callie Jackson making her presence felt, and Life will take a timeout. Good sequence for Jackson, the freshman from Mayfield. And she has helped Georgetown now to a run of 10 straight. 4:27 to go in the second quarter. Georgetown 26, Life 17 on stretch. Georgetown on a run. Life looking for answers, as the running Eagles have started this quarter 2 for 11 from the field. Georgetown starting to find itself offensively. The Tigers 5 for 12 in this quarter. They've built the lead out to 9. 10 seconds for Life to shoot. Here is Tears back to Lee. Trying to tip the pass to the far side. Burcham deflects. Shot clock down to 2. Lee going to get it up and off the back iron, and White taps it to Darnell. Life now 2 for 14 from downtown. Darnell to White. Extra pass. Jackson doesn't want the long two. Going to work inside. Reversal to Darnell. 18-footer is off the mark. First field goal attempt of the night for Darnell. 3:35 remaining in the half. This is McBride. Burcham stays on her. Now skips the pass to the near side, and Lee, she'll let a three go. And got it to go in the near side corner. Niall Lee with 2 threes now. She has 8. And Life snaps a 10-0 Georgetown run. Dorsey close there. Lamversite. Burcham hit one from there a moment ago, and it hits a second. That brings the Georgetown bench up to its feet. Maddie Burcham with 6 here in the quarter. And she answers right back, and the lead is right back to 9 with 3 minutes to go in the half. And Georgetown in a zone. It's like a bit of a 2-1-2 look. Dorsey inside, caught it, missed the bunny, got it back, and puts it up and in. Litoria Dorsey now 9 points and 8 rebounds here in the half. Burcham, left corner. Life does a better job closing out that time. Darnell with the bounce feed, a little behind White. She recovers, skips the pass to the near side. Burcham wants a third three. That one knuckleball all the way short, and White gets called for a rebound. Trying to go from behind on Cheyenne Daphne. And White gets called for her first. It is the team's 4th. 2:15 to go in the quarter, and a good sign for Life. They have not been called for a foul here in this quarter. Playing in that 1-2-2 zone will help. So far, just 3 team fouls called against the Running Eagles here in the first half. They'll try and pick it up offensively here and cut into a 7-point deficit. 2:05 remaining. Lee picks up the dribble. Now to Daphne. Tears splits, works around Darnell. Line drive jumper in the lane is good. Just the second basket of the night for Sydney Tears. She's now 2 for 9 from the field. Darnell with the left hand, now to White. Jackson in the middle, touch pass to Darnell, extra look. Lamversite's 3 is good. Georgetown's passing between tonight and Monday night has been so improved from the early stages of the season. Players getting so much more comfortable with their roles and where they're expected to be. And the Tigers now starting to knock them down from 3-point range. That's the 6th Georgetown 3 of the night. Lee will try and answer. That ball was deflected by Jackson. And now Burcham up ahead. Jackson one-on-one. She'll take the 15-footer. Got it to go. Beautiful recognition by Jackson in transition. And Callie Jackson having herself a first half. 6 points, 3 rebounds, an assist in the half. I think just had a block in that last possession. Dorsey inside, fouled by one Callie Jackson. Georgetown now over the limit, 53 seconds remaining in the half. Victoria Dorsey here in the first half, 1 for 2 from the line. Now make it 1 for 3. Actually credited an earlier basket to Dorsey Daphne instead of Dorsey. So Dorsey actually officially has 7 points, Daphne with 2. Second one is good for Dorsey, so now give her 8 points to go along with 7 first half rebounds. She and Lee lead everybody in scoring here in the half. 45 seconds. White fires the pass way too high for Maddie Burcham. 8 Georgetown turnovers. Good news is, though, it's just the third here in the quarter. In fact, both teams have done a much better job taking care of the ball here in the quarter. 3 Georgetown turnovers in the quarter, just 1 for Life. After a first quarter that saw 11 combined turnovers. Tears at the top, left side. Daphne's long 2 is no good, and a foul is going to be called underneath. And I think Grace White's going to get called as she was tussling inside with Litoria Dorsey. It is White's second, and Dorsey right back to the foul line. Lexi Stapleton now comes in for White for the final 26 seconds of the half. Dorsey now with 9. Can hear Coach Maxwell already preaching to his team, no fouls on the rebound here, if there is a rebound. No worries about a foul because there's no rebound to be had. Dorsey, the first player in the game, into double figures. 20 seconds here for Georgetown. Unless they get a wide open look early, the Tigers will likely hold for the final shot. Jackson, she'll turn it and get a good look at it, and way off the mark. It's back to Stapleton. 6 seconds. Darnell wants a 3. Way short. Burcham hustling inside. Swatted away by Dorsey. Well, the Running Eagles have a good-looking prospect here in Latoria Dorsey. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Big block right there. 2.3 on the clock. Jackson, blocked by Lee. No, a foul is called. Lee doesn't agree with it. I can't blame her for the frustration there. It looked like she had read it well and timed her jump well. That's Lee's first. And the team's first. 1.2 on the clock. Callie Jackson at the line. Knocks that one down. She's now 5 for 5 on the season. This is already her career high in points here at Georgetown. She's 6 for 6 on the season. Callie Jackson with 8 points and 3 rebounds here in the first half. 1.2 on the clock, and McBride will just hold it. Both teams got things going a little bit offensively here in the second quarter, aided by the fact the turnovers were cut down mightily from both. And Georgetown goes on a 10-0 run midway through the second to help stretch the lead out. And we've pretty much played basket trading ever since. We are at the break here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym. Georgetown leads Life 36-27 on stretch. We're at halftime at Davis Reed Alumni Gym. Georgetown leading Life by a score of 36-27. Balanced scoring across the board for Georgetown. Callie Jackson came on strong late in the second quarter. She has a team-high 8 points for the Tigers in the first half. Maddie Burcham and Jalen Landverside each hit 2 first-half threes for the Tigers. Georgetown 6 of 14 from downtown in the first half. 14 out of 42 overall, just 2 of 2 at the line. Largely aided by the fact that Life has played almost exclusively a 1-2-2 zone with just 5 players in uniform tonight. Grace White and Reagan Williams each with 4. Lexi Stapleton hit a three-pointer from about 28 feet away to end the first quarter, her only bucket of the night. On the other side for Life, 10 of 31 from the field, 3 of 16 from three-point range, and 4 of 8 from the foul line. Just 1 turnover in the second quarter. That's good news for Life as they move forward in this one. Latoria Dorsey making her Life debut here tonight and has looked pretty impressive. 10 points, 7 rebounds, had a big block late in the second quarter. Niall Lee, the freshman, in just her second game, hit 2 threes in the first half. She has 8 points in total. Tahira McBride has a three-pointer. Cheyenne Daphne with 1 basket. Biggest story for Life is that their star, Sydney Tears, just 2 field goals in the first half and only 4 points in total, coming off of a 44-point outing against Pikeville just 3 nights ago. She has really struggled from the floor here in this one thus far. Georgetown also dominating on the rebounding edge. With Life playing in that zone, it's been hard to rebound out of it. Georgetown, 12 offensive rebounds in the first half, leading to 13 second-chance points. One of the big reasons why Georgetown has moved ahead. And Georgetown also 27 points off the bench in the first half. That's also a big, big factor. You look at the way things break down for Georgetown. Madison Darnell, Whitney O'Mara, and Lauren Boblet all started here tonight for Georgetown, and that trio is scoreless at the half. But again, big contributions off the bench from Callie Jackson, Maddie Burcham, and Jalen Landverside have more than picked up the slack and allowed Georgetown to build out a lead of 9 here at the break. 1 score from Mid-South Conference play. The only other game starting at the same time as Georgetown's did sees Pikeville on the road leading 17th-ranked Lindsey Wilson by 1 heading to the fourth quarter. That would be a big, big win for UPike, who's off to a nice start this year, 9-4 overall. They're sitting right in the middle of the Mid-South Conference at 5-4 in the league. So we'll keep a track on that. Any other games that come through, we'll pass along those updates for you as well. But right now we are at the break at Davis Reed Alumni Gym. Georgetown 36, Life 27 on stretch. Georgetown getting some shots up before the second half begins. A programming note we want to remind you of. Coming up this Saturday, January the 16th, Georgetown slated to be right back here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym and here on Stretch as Martin Methodist comes to town for the first time as a member of the Mid-South Conference. It is slated to be a men's and women's doubleheader. The women's slated to tip at roughly 1:30 Eastern Time, the men to follow at right around 4 o'clock. And again, we will be with you right here on Stretch to bring you both of those games as we head through the late stages of January. And, of course, everybody right now in the Mid-South Conference looking up and chasing Thomas More. The Saints 13-0 on the season. They are 8-0 in the Mid-South Conference, and they've shot all the way up to number 4 in the NAIA rankings that just came out this week. Campbellsville's also unbeaten in the overall. They've just not played as many games. Campbellsville's 8-0 overall. They're 4-0 in the Mid-South Conference. They have moved from number 2 to number 1 because the previous number 1, Westmont out of California, has finally started its season, and they dropped their opener. So Westmont 0-1. Those two have flip-flop spots. So Campbellsville does sit at number 1 in the country right now with an unblemished record, and they host Martin Methodist a little bit later on here tonight. Georgetown will start with its original 5, and Life, of course, going with its only 5 here tonight. Let's see if Lauren Boblett can come in and make an impact here, as Boblett picked up 2 fouls in the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of the first quarter and did not play again the rest of the half. Life now extending the zone out. The pass deflected, but Darnell still able to get it. Now White to a streaking Boblett inside. She is fouled by Dorsey, as Boblett did a good job, I think, understanding that Dorsey was coming. Go ahead, just try and get that ball up on the rim all in one motion. And she wound up drawing the foul. That's the first foul called against Latoria Dorsey. Just the 5th foul called against the Running Eagles in the game. Sydney Tears has 2 fouls. Nobody else with more than 1. Free throw, a line drive. Not there from Boblett. First miss of the night for Georgetown in 3 tries. Boblett gets the second, her first point of the night. Those are the first free throws of the season for Boblett. Georgetown moving around in that zone. Here is Dorsey. Hit a really nice first half. Wilson did a nice job to intercept the pass, and she forces Life's 8th turnover. Everybody moving ahead. Darnell finally finds it to White. Into the middle. Bad pass. She was looking for O'Mara, and Tears was there reading it the entire way for the interception. Georgetown's 9th turnover. Inside, Daphne tried to do the same thing Boblett did. That ball went up on one motion. The ball signaled initially to Georgetown. They'll correctly overturn this and change it back to possession for Life, as Boblett and Darnell were there to challenge Daphne as she went up for the shot. Georgetown with essentially 5 across the baseline here. Tears, quiet first half. She'll go to the line here and try and get herself going. Sydney Tears just 2 of 9 in the first half. 4 points. Did have 5 rebounds and a couple of assists. Grace White picks up another foul. That is her 3rd. And now Tears at the line. She missed her only 2 attempts in the first half. She's a 76% foul shooter. Not even close there. I just wonder, looking at Tears right now, if the fatigue from Monday night is starting to set in a little bit. Stapleton comes in for White. At least I think. Now she goes back to the scorer's table. As the officials say, the substitution came in too late. It doesn't matter anyway, because Tears makes the second, and now Stapleton comes in for White. 37-28. Not even a minute into this third quarter. Wilson will run the offense. She had 5 points in the first half. Picks up that dribble. Now a chance for Georgetown possibly, but O'Mara slows it down. Back to Wilson. Far side. Stapleton gets it back to Darnell. Darnell with the shot fake. Stapleton, 3 ball. In and out. Did everything but go down that time. That's knocked out of bounds going over to Life. Good call there. Boblett kind of fortunate she didn't pick up a foul there. She just wrecked her hands right into the arms of the Life player going for the board. McBride over to Tiers. Thought about the long two, now gives away to McBride. Working around Wilson, blocked by Boblet. That ball out of bounds. McBride touched it last. First block of the night for Georgetown. It goes to its leader, Lauren Boblet. Darnell hitting O'Mara on the back door. Shuffled it along to Stapleton and now way deep. That block for Boblet, her 8th of the season. Darnell streaking in the lane, couldn't get it to go. Bothered by Dorsey on the inside. And now Tiers goes in motion. Working around Boblet. Boblet gets called for the foul. That's her 3rd. That immediately springs Reagan Williams off the bench. Reagan Williams had a really nice first quarter and into the second, especially setting the tone of the glass. Williams had 7 boards in the first half to go along with 4 points. Tiers hits the first free throw, point number 6 for the Chicago native. 8:09 to go in the third. And she can get life within 7, and does. Here's Darnell back to Wilson. Life continues to extend this zone, and O'Mara now playing out on the wing. Georgetown trying to go with a 4-out offense, and that ball nearly stolen. Good job by Wilson just to get it back. O'Mara cut off by Dorsey inside, trying to find a way. Somehow slipped the pass to Stapleton, and too hard off the glass. Dorsey comes away with it. No numbers for Litoria Dorsey, and she gets, here's the screams from behind to pull it out. Tiers will take it inside. Floater is good. Interesting there how that one worked out as Cheyenne Daphne's calling out Dorsey to pull it back and then asking Tiers to go inside. And meanwhile, Daphne never crossed the midcourt line. But in either case, Sydney Tiers already with 5 here in the quarter, surpassing her total for the entire first half. And Georgetown has called for time. The Tiger lead down to 5 at 37-32 on stretch. Wherever you may be watching this game from, your laptop, your tablet, your smartphone, you're already on there watching us here online. Why don't you follow us online? Check us out on YouTube. Subscribe there. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on the Twitter and the Instagram. You can stay up to date with all things Georgetown College athletics. Keep in tune with everyday life here at Georgetown College, and also find out any and all schedule changes that come, because the schedules for all sports for the Tigers are ever changing. In fact, volleyball was originally scheduled to kick off its season. Both the women and the program debut of the men's team was supposed to take place this Sunday against Lourdes University. Those matches have since been canceled. Back here on the basketball court, Georgetown trying to answer a life rally. Darnell to a slipping O'Mara, easily telegraphed, and McBride fouled on the floor by O'Mara. I think just a frustration play from Whitney O'Mara. She's just begging to have something go her way. In the last few games, it's just not been there. Just luck, Lady Luck has not been on her side. Really no fault of her own on that play there, as Darnell just did not see that McBride was staying back on O'Mara and easily intercepted the pass. And O'Mara commits a frustration foul, and she heads out and gives way to Maddie Burcham. That ball thrown away. McBride a little too much mustard on the pass before Tiers could get it. The 9th life turnover. Only the 3rd since the start of the second quarter. Georgetown has not done a particularly good job taking advantage of these errors. Just 2 points off of life turnovers in the half. They can add to it with a score here. Stapleton on the left gets a screen from Williams. Burcham straight away. Now Darnell with 10. Georgetown running a little bit of weave action, and Darnell is bumped on the drive. Niall Lee gets called for it. She is the 2nd Eagle to have 2 fouls in the game. And Wilson will now run the offense. Tough call there as Dorsey trying to challenge out there. Got a little too physical with both Williams and Wilson. And Latoria Dorsey picks up her 2nd foul and the team's 3rd. I think Coach Maxwell of Life, if anything, maybe wanted a moving screen on Williams. That wasn't there at all. Williams was set perfectly. So one thing with Reagan Williams, she knows how to set a screen, both technique-wise and she can get there physically with you. Wilson crossover in the lane, not there after the Wilson turnover, and eventually finds its way to Darnell. No numbers for Georgetown. Williams trailing late. Darnell inside, an easy offensive foul call. Darnell just dribbled herself into trouble the entire way there, trying to do a little too much, and Darnell is called for her 1st foul. Tough night for Darnell offensively. She has not scored, 0 for 4, and now commits Georgetown's 10th turnover with the offensive foul. And she'll receive some coaching on the bench there from assistant Lexus Graham before she takes a seat. Lamversite now in. McBride on the drive. Split 2 and got it there. Nicely done by the freshman McBride. And it's now 7 straight for the Eagles. And the Tiger lead is down to a basket. Williams in the near corner. That's well outside of her range. She'll fire a pass across to Burcham. Wilson nearly hit that one, taken from Lee. 10 seconds. Georgetown working a little more deliberately within the offense against this zone. Good feed through. Lamversite. Stapleton, extra feed. Burcham wide open. Not there. Wilson weak side rebound, and she is fouled. Good job by the 5'5" Shelby Wilson to go down on the weak side block, get herself in perfect position for the offensive rebound. She'll get rewarded for a trip to the foul line. The foul is called on Dorsey. That is her 3rd. 4th team foul. Wilson's free throw not there. One more here for Shelby Wilson. Pre-dentistry major here at Georgetown. Gets her 1st point of the half, 6 in total. Georgetown lead up to 4. The Tigers go back into the zone with Maddie Burcham at the top. Similar to what Life has done on their end with Daphne. Daphne takes a long 2. Too strong, and Lamversite pulls it down. Numbers here for Georgetown on the break. Wilson near side. Stapleton. No. Lamversite, good rebound. To the far side. Wilson will try one. No. And Tears rips this one down. 2 good looks from downtown from Georgetown. And Lexi Stapleton still cannot find the range from the floor as Tears hits the crossover jumper. She now has 11, and she is getting going. The Georgetown lead is down to 2. Stapleton wide open. Still can't get it to go. Williams inside with the offensive rebound. Gets called for the walk. Tears was there right in her face, and Tears put her hands up to try to avoid contact, and it bothered Wilson enough to force a turnover. 4:46 to go in the 3rd. Life on a 9-1 run. They've cut the Georgetown lead down to 2. Can go for a tie or the lead after the break on Stretch. One final for Mid-South Conference play. Lindsey Wilson has rallied in the 4th quarter, and they have beaten Pikeville 63-54. So Lindsey Wilson now goes to 10-1 on the season, 5-1 in the league. Pikeville drops to 9-5 overall and 5-5 in league play. Here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym, Georgetown looking for a 2nd straight conference win Life looking for its first, and right now the Eagles with momentum. They've shaved a Georgetown 10-point lead down to 2. They've scored 9 of the last 10 here in the third quarter. Georgetown, meanwhile, is 0 for 8 from the field with 4 turnovers, and now Life gives one back. Georgetown, I feel like every game seems to have one of those droughts where they just cannot put things together offensively, and they're in one right now. The Tigers' only 2 points in the third quarter have come from the foul line, have yet to hit a field goal. Terry Aberman nearly got called for 5 seconds. Lamberside to Jackson in the middle. Backdoor cut by Burcham. Extra pass. Stapleton, 10-footer. Good. Good zone offense that time from Georgetown. Burcham with the assist. Lexi Stapleton hits her second basket. Daphne inside. Somehow Dorsey caught that and got the bounce. First points of the half for Latoria Dorsey. She has 12, and now Abram gets called for a double dribble. 13 Georgetown turnovers just after the Tigers had made their first basket of the quarter. Georgetown now 1 for 9 from the field in the quarter with 5 turnovers. Tears nearly lost it on her own out of bounds. And good job by McBride trying to save it. Lost on the ground. Burcham eventually comes away with it to Lamberside. Smart move here by Lamberside to slow it down. Georgetown wasn't organized going the other way. Abram, second straight time she's called for a walk. Nobody around her that time, and I think Abram saw how wide open the lane was and just got a little overzealous. 14 Georgetown turnovers now. 6 in the third quarter, and it brought Shelby Wilson onto the scorer's table, and I have to think she's coming in for Terry Abram. McBride thought about a 3 for the lead. Instead, Tears lost it as she was trying to go up with the shot and tried to feed Daphne at the last second and fired it out of bounds. And Wilson does indeed come in for Abram. .3:15 to go in the third. Georgetown lead is at 2. Burcham gets a screen from Jackson. Nowhere to go with it now. Now Lamberside at the foul line. Lamberside over. Callie Jackson, jumper off the mark. But Dorsey tips it to McBride, and McBride is off and running. 2 on 4. She'll go into the corner and stop. Lee at the foul line. Tons of contact there. She tried to fire it up on the rim to get a foul call. There wasn't one. Jackson will try it again from the baseline. That one not there. And now Coach Anthony Maxwell of Life says, let's slow it down, get ourselves a good offensive set here. 2:30 remaining. Life can tie with a 2 or take a lead with a 3. Tears right side. 3 for the lead is good. Sydney Tears, first 3 of the night in 5 tries, and Life now has the lead. It's a 14-3 Eagles run. Georgetown with 15. Burcham fakes the pass right around Daphne and lays it in. Pretty easy work there for Maddie Burcham as she got one step around Daphne, and Daphne let Burcham go. And I'm watching Daphne come back up off the floor, and she is struggling right now. I think fatigue starting to set in for her. Now she has a pass easily intercepted by Maddie Burcham. Georgetown 4 on 2. Burcham going to go all the way, fouled by Tears. 3 fouls on Sydney Tears. And Maddie Burcham will head to the foul line. First foray there tonight for the sophomore. Rattles home the first. She has 9. I think I have noticed as we've gone through this game, as Burcham misses a second, as Coach Maxwell has chosen not to use his timeouts a little more often, to give his team a breather. He's letting his team, for the most part, play things out as he would with normal rotations. Dorsey Now to the near side corner. Tears right around Lambersite, left the bunny short. Dorsey trying to find it. She does back to Tears. A wild sequence there. And they'll stop play for the moment and allow Dorsey to get back to her feet. Sydney Tears now with 12 points here in the third quarter. She has outscored Georgetown all by her lonesome. We are tied at 43 with 1 minute to go in the third quarter. Lambersite near side. Stapleton didn't want the jumper. Dorsey was giving her space. An example right there of just Stapleton not confident in that long-range shot. Jackson double team, gets it to the top end. Stapleton, shot clock down to 5. Lambersite, does she recognize it? Yes, she does. Shot no good. Got it back and missed the second attempt. Wide open shot, and Lambersite can't get it to go. 30 seconds remaining in the quarter, 24 on the shot clock, and Life will spend this time here to catch a breather before going to work. 15 to shoot, 18 in the quarter. Lee kicks it back. McBride, now Daphne. Tears at the top. Sydney Tears with 5. Trying to pass down the middle. Jackson deflected it. Kicked around on the floor. Tears gets it back. Should have been a shot clock violation, if anything. And now Daphne commits a foul as Bertram was trying to turn the other way. Is that first attempt from Tears never hit the rim. Daphne's first, and Georgetown will go to the foul line here with 1.3 on the clock to try and go back ahead as we are about to head to the fourth quarter. Maddie Bertram, 9 points tonight, 1 for 2 at the foul line just a moment ago. Left it short. Kind of a knuckleball release there from Bertram. Not much rotation on that shot at all. You see Coach Maxwell talking his team up as Bertram hits the second. She now has 10, and Georgetown will take the lead going into the fourth quarter. Another offensive drought for Georgetown here in the third, and Life just keeps chipping away at it despite only having 5 players in uniform. The Running Eagles have a real shot here to get a win on the road in conference play. We are headed to the fourth. Georgetown 44, Life 43 on stretch. Georgetown misses 12 of 14 shots from the field, and combined with 6 turnovers, Life has crawled right back into the game. Georgetown led by 10 early in the third, and Life just would not go away, and now the Running Eagles start the third quarter with the ball and a chance to take the lead. Here is Tears trying to work through that zone. Nice look to the opposite side to Dorsey, and she missed the lay-in. Perfect execution by Sydney Tears to get into the middle of that zone, and Dorsey missed the bunny. Stapleton steps into a wide-open 3. Got it to go. Second 3 of the night for Stapleton, and maybe this will get her pointed in the right direction this night tonight. Her third basket, she has 8. It's the 7th Georgetown 3. McBride doesn't want it. Now Daphne Tears straight away fakes it, working through. Floater in the lane, not there. Dorsey rips down her 11th rebound and gets the putback. Latoria Dorsey, 14 points, 11 rebounds, and off the inbound, Wilson gets surprised by Daphne and gets called for a walk. Boblet comes in for Georgetown, replacing Jalen Lambersite. Daphne inside, Tears. Got space, missed the short one. That ball is out, and official says off of Lee. I don't think he could see there from what we could from our angle. That ball deflected off the back shoulder of Stapleton. Tough break there for life, but again, the official, I don't think he could see it from his vantage point. Boblet. Now Wilson, Georgetown trying to pick up the pace a little bit and move the ball around quicker in this zone. Jackson trying to work through inside. Nice move by Callie Jackson. The freshman's having herself a night. She's the second Tiger into double figures as a whistle is called on this end. Burcham gets called for the foul. It's her second, team's first of the quarter. Really good minutes for Callie Jackson. The way she's performed tonight, under control on both ends. Seems like the game, as this season's gone along, has really slowed down for her. I think her performance tonight, I think she's earned herself more minutes going forward. Maybe perhaps as early as Saturday. Now she has a steal on a sloppy exchange between McBride and Tears. And White forces her way to a travel. It has been a tough night tonight for Grace White. Had those 4 early points for Georgetown, but really not much else to speak of. She's had foul trouble and now commits just a sloppy turnover. McBride, 3, way too strong. Lee inside battling with Stapleton, and I think Stapleton's going to get called for the foul here. She was really just kind of leaning on Niall Lee as they were battling for the board. It's Stapleton's first and the team's second. 8:23 remaining here in the fourth. And Georgetown trying to pick up its second straight conference win. Everybody gets organized now. We not set to start. Here is Daphne in the corner. Georgetown staying in a zone. Tears trying to split through multiple players. That ball was tapped down. They're saying Boblet touched it clean, and now a tie-up. The ball goes to Georgetown. I'm surprised on the first contact there with Boblet and seeing Tears come down cleanly that was not called a jump ball initially. In either case, Georgetown gets it back on the jump ball anyway. White in the middle there. Jackson, boy, there nobody in the paint for Georgetown that time. Georgetown maybe missed an opportunity. White trying to get inside the Jackson. Jackson bothered by Dorsey as Dorsey arrived late. Boblet's second effort there is off the back iron, and Sydney Tears rips down the rebound. It's her ninth. Tears this side falling away. Good defense by Stapleton to body up Tears. 7:40 to go. Jackson around 1, around 2. Callie Jackson's having herself a ball game. She now has a dozen to lead Georgetown. That ball deflected by Boblet. Lee, touch pass. Daphne from 8 is too strong. And on the weak side, Boblet's going to get called for a foul against Tears. That is Boblet's fourth. Team's third of the quarter. A tough night again for Lauren Boblet with the foul trouble, same as it was on Monday. And offensively, Boblet just 1 point tonight. But for now, Georgetown coach James Jackson will leave Boblet in the game with those 4 fouls. McBride fires it into Lee. She'll work against Stapleton. Contact there, and Lee hits the deck one more time as Stapleton charged hard there. So did White. Stapleton gets called for the foul. It's her second and the team's fourth, and Niall Lee will go to the foul line for the first time tonight. He was 1 for 2 in her debut Monday against Pikeville when she scored 20 points. She has 8 in the game tonight, all of which came in the first half. Way off the mark on the first. Life now 7 of 13 from the foul line in the game. 7:18 remaining. Much better form the second time for Lee. She has 9. 51-46, Georgetown leads. Backcourt pressure. some from the Running Eagles, and now they'll back off just a bit. Wilson dribbled herself into a double team there, got away with it. Here is Jackson back out. Good reversal out by the freshman. Wilson inside, hammered by Daphne. Well, if that doesn't take some toughness, I don't know what will. To see Shelby Wilson see the 6'2" Cheyenne Daphne coming at her, and Wilson still decides to challenge and earns herself a trip to the line. You don't see a lot of freshmen willing to do that with somebody so much taller. I mean, think about that. Wilson's giving up 9 inches in height to Daphne, and it didn't seem to matter. Free throw, no good. It's one thing Wilson's going to have to work on as the season goes along, because if not, she may get picked on in late game situations. Again, it's a small sample size for Wilson. It's just her 6th game, but she's now from the free throw line 5 out of 13 as she hits the second. 7 for Wilson. The lead is 6 for Georgetown with 7 minutes remaining. McBride inside. White might have got a piece of that, and Grace White now moves forward. Callie Jackson running the floor and bumped by Daphne from behind. Not a lot of contact there, and I think Jackson slowed down just enough to have Daphne arrive as the foul was called from behind. Daphne gets whistled for her 3rd. Kind of a tight whistle on that play. Daphne doesn't understand the call, and I see her point. Coach Maxwell trying to ask the official of an instance on the other end where a foul in that situation was not called. But Jackson has really forced things in her favor here tonight. She has 12 points, 3 rebounds, misses a free throw, and Georgetown leaving the window open because they're missing free throws. One more here for the freshman. Misses both. Georgetown now 7 of 14 from the line. Life is 8 out of 14. Tears driving, fall away, trying to use the glass. Dorsey tapped it right to White. 4-on-1 for Georgetown. McBride, the only Eagle back. White inside. Good extra pass from Jackson back to White for the lay-in. What a fantastic decision by Callie Jackson. Perfectly done on the break. White now with 6. And Wilson behind the defense again, bothered by Tears, and now Boblet commits a foul, and Lauren Boblet fouls out. Not Lauren Boblet's best night, to say the least. She will foul out for the 2nd straight game. She leaves tonight with just 1 point and 2 rebounds. But Callie Jackson has inserted herself into the mix and then some here tonight. She has been spectacular. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. Playing with a poise beyond the 9th game of her freshman season. Latoria Dorsey at the line. A very good first half for Dorsey. A little quieter here in the second. Free throw rattles out. She does have a double-double, Dorsey does. 14 points and 12 rebounds. This is her debut. She has 14 and 12. Tears has 16 and 11. Lee with 9, McBride 5, and Daphne with just 2. Lane violation. I think they're saying that Dorsey stepped over the line when before the shot hit the rim. Georgetown's lead slowly stretching out. It's up to 8. Nice feed up ahead from Stapleton, and White stays composed and lays it in. Credit to Stapleton on the play. Saw White streaking down the lane and hit her with a perfect pass. Tears a 3 to try to match. Way off the mark, and Williams pulls down her 9th board. Georgetown 3-on-1 this side. Wilson to White, back out. Stapleton. Book it! 11 now for Stapleton on 3 threes, and Life will take a timeout. As you can see, the last few possessions there, Georgetown picking up the pace, and I think tired legs starting to seep in for the Running Eagles. That the 13th assist tonight for Georgetown. 43 bench points on the night for the Tigers. Well, any coach any day of the week would dream of bench production like Georgetown has gotten tonight. You have Lanversite with 6, Burcham with 10, Williams with 4, Callie Jackson 12, and Lexi Stapleton with 11 off the bench. .537 remaining. Georgetown, after a sluggish third quarter, has found its rhythm here again in the fourth. They have their largest lead of the game. I'd have to think Georgetown's going to keep looking to push the pace here in the final 5:35 of the ball game. I said you could see right now the body language on these Life players. They are just they're tired. That's a lot to ask for some of these young ladies, particularly Daphne and Tears, to play 80 minutes of basketball 3 days apart. Dorsey lost that one. White up ahead. Jackson gets the lay, and White could have easily taken that herself, but gives up to the freshman, Callie Jackson. Callie Jackson now with 14. It's the 14th Georgetown assist. Lee down the lane splits 2, can't get it to go, and a foul is called. And really a touch foul on Daphne, and again, she's looking around, wondering what she did. Daphne, though, with that, picks up her 4th. And again, remember, Life has no other players available today, so if Dorsey were to foul out, Life would have to go the rest of the way with just 4 in uniform. 15-point Georgetown lead. Wilson around Daphne, didn't want to pick up the 5th, and she floats it in. About the pass fake, then the floater there. Grace White lost a shoe going this way. And Life will keep the ball there. Good throw from James Jackson, about 30 feet across the court there, right on target to White so she could get that sneaker back on. Tears there, put it back up, and Dorsey couldn't corral the rebound. It's over to Georgetown. The Tigers have outscored Life 19-3 here in this fourth quarter. White at the right elbow, now back to Jackson and back. Georgetown a little more deliberate right now. Georgetown 8 of 10 from the field here in the third quarter after a 2 for 14 third. Williams misses an easy one inside. Jackson, why not? Not there. Williams, another board inside. Reagan Williams pulls down her 10th rebound, and she's going to the line. I think Tears is going to get whistled for the call. That is the 4th foul on Sydney Tears and the team's 4th of the quarter. So now Cheyenne Daphne and Sydney Tears each with 4 fouls. I think Life is going to take a timeout here. 4:12 to go. Life finished Monday night's game against U-Pike with just 3 in uniform. They're on the danger list of potentially losing 2 here tonight as Tears and Daphne each with 4 fouls. Shelby Wilson talking to head coach James Jackson there. Wilson's had a nice night. She has 9 points, a couple of rebounds, has an assist. Georgetown, whatever Coach Jackson said to his team at the end of the third to flip things around in the fourth, I'm sure he would like to bottle it and keep it going forward. Georgetown also 19 offensive rebounds in the game, 16 second chance points. Tigers 8 of 10 from the floor or 8 of 11, I should say, from the field in this fourth quarter, and just 2 turnovers. Reagan Williams at the line. She has a season high 10 rebounds, First trip to the line is off the mark. She's now 11 of 14 on the season. Still time for Life, but they've got to find a second wind as Williams gets her first point of the half. It's now an 18-point lead, and now a 20-3 fourth quarter in favor of Georgetown. Tears off of the foot. Wilson diving on the floor. Just a bit wide there as Wilson went diving for the ball. Daphne arrived at the same time. Wilson gets called for a second. It's the team's fifth. And Cheyenne Daphne will go to the line. And Daphne played all 40 minutes on Monday night, 16 and 14 there tonight. Just 1 of 7 from the field and 2 points. And really, as the second half has gone along, she has very much deferred in the offense for Life. It just looks like her legs are just rubbery at this point. She just looks really, really tired. No problem on both the free throws, though. First points of the half for the Tampa native. 4 minutes to go here at Davis Reed Alumni Gym. Georgetown's lead at 16. Long shot from the far side is off the mark. Tears down the lane, trying to draw the foul and does so. Not sure if that was on the shot or away from the ball. The foul was called on Grace White, so that is the fourth foul on White. Sydney Tears will be at the line. She's now 3 of 7 from the line. Tough night shooting for her in total, 6 of 22 from the floor. Look at that. The way she's going right now, you combine the two nights, she's put up 55 field goal attempts in a span of 96 hours. That's a lot to ask. And hopefully going forward, Life will be able to get some of its players back and be able to get back into a normal rotation and not have to ask players like Tears and Daphne to go all 40 minutes every night. Lee picks up a foul. It's her third, and that's the team's fifth. So Shelby Wilson back at the line. Wilson already has a Georgetown College high in points tonight with 9. Off the mark. If she can convert this, she'd be the fourth Tiger in the double figures. But a bigger story starting to emerge here in the second half is Georgetown's free throw shooting. Is she does get the second, so Wilson does hit the free throw, but Georgetown 9 of 18 from the line tonight. But still, Shelby Wilson, the fourth Tiger in the double figures. She has 10, 65, 49, 3:20 to go. Tears inside, bumped by Wilson. And Sydney Tears going right back to the foul line as Wilson picks up her third with the bump. Sydney Tears, 17 points and 12 rebounds tonight. Free throw, no good. Sydney Tears coming into tonight, 76% from the line on the year. She's 4 for 9 on the evening. Make it 4 for 10, and neither one of those two were even close. Georgetown turns it over underneath, and a foul is called. Reagan Williams gets called for her second. It'll put Latoria Dorsey at the line. Don't want to get sloppy here at the end. After such a fantastic first 5 minutes of the quarter. And I think sensing that Georgetown's coach James Jackson will take a timeout to talk to his team, I think about exactly that. You're comfortably ahead right now by 16 with 3 minutes and 19 seconds to go. You just want to finish things out right here. Play fundamentally strong basketball down the finish. I think this is a teaching moment for this women's team, not for tonight, but going forward, and especially heading into Saturday's scheduled contest with Martin Methodist. You want these messages, these huddles right now to carry over into your next game. As of now, Life not in action this coming Saturday. They will next be in action a week from tonight. They're scheduled to travel to Pikeville. So Latoria Dorsey at the foul line, 14 points, 12 rebounds. Sophomore out of Atlanta, GA. Came in and really asserted herself early on and was a really big presence down low for Life, as now McBride replaces Daphne on the block. But Dorsey has had a really, really nice night overall. 1 for 2 at the line, now 15 and 12 for Dorsey in her Life debut. Georgetown into the front court, and Burcham backs it out. 15-point lead, and now a foul is called as McBride got the hand on the hip of Maddie Burcham, and Tahira McBride is called for her second, and Maddie Burcham now heads to the line. She's 2 for 4 tonight. Good to see Burcham back in, not only into the rhythm of things, but just back into the lineup. She played the first couple of games of the season, played very well in those, and then missed a few games, and is just now starting to get herself going. And she once again goes 1 for 2. However, she will get a second try at it as Daphne was called being in the lane early. So Burcham will get a third try to go 2 for 2 at the line. Can't do it. Daphne pulls down the board. That's her 6th. 16-point Georgetown lead. Dorsey cut off by Callie Jackson. Nowhere to go with it, and finally finds McBride deep. Jump pass, well defended by Burcham. Here goes Wilson ahead. She's going to try and challenge Daphne again. Daphne reached through clean to poke it away. Williams eventually gets it straight away. Stapleton doesn't want the 3. She'll back it out, and Georgetown will choose to work a little clock. And the Georgetown bench thought Stapleton would let it fly, but a veteran move by the junior Stapleton, understanding time and game situation. Run a little clock. Burcham now has it with 5 to shoot. Burcham down the lane, scoop shot. Couldn't get it to go. Tears deflects it out. Jackson chases it down for Georgetown. Burcham backs it out. Stapleton again does not let the long ball fly. 2:15 to go. Another really strong play from Callie Jackson. And now Williams trying to set a screen in there, just kind of barrels over Niall Lee. Lee may have sold that a little bit, but no doubt there was contact there, and Williams picks up her 3rd. Whereas Tigers fans who followed Reagan Williams over the last 4 years know, you run into her, and more than likely your fate's going to be the same as Niall Lee. You're going on the deck. Williams is not afraid to be physical, to say the least. McBride straightaway 3 off the left side. Daphne close in there. Could have been called for her 5th foul, trying to battle with Jackson. And instead, Callie Jackson's going to get called for a foul. And she just backed up into Daphne there as Jackson's 2nd. It's like Daphne is a little shaken up, maybe a cramp in the leg. And Jackson getting an explanation from the official what the foul was called for. But Daphne a little hobble, looks like, on that right leg, and she has a wrap on the knee. But I'm wondering right now, late in the game here, if it's just not fatigue and some cramps setting in more than anything else. 1:55 to go. And Life, barring something crazy, will fall to 2-8 on the year and remain the only winless team in the Mid-South Conference, as Daphne does hit the 2nd for point number 5. Life now backing off of the pressure. 1:50 to go. Georgetown leads by 15. Again, if you're Georgetown right now, you just want to be clean in your finish, and that is not the answer for it. Stapleton, careless giveaway there, and Tears runs into Shelby Wilson, and Wilson trying to draw the charge, can't quite do it, and Shelby Wilson gets called for her 4th. The 19th Georgetown turnover of the game. And in a situation like this, late game, comfortable lead, not really much of a need for Stapleton to try to make that cross-court pass. especially with an athlete like Sydney Tears lurking. Tears hits the free throw. She now has 18. 14 here in the second half. That kind of a sidewinder free throw. And Jackson backs Dorsey all the way across the lane and rips down her 8th rebound. Burcham scoop feed inside of Jackson. Too hard off the glass, and Daphne pulls that one down. 1:20 to go. Tears thinking about it, now lets it fly. Off the mark, she knew it the whole way. Williams says, youngster, I know we're on the same team, but that's my board. Williams has her 12th. Williams couldn't catch that one in stride. Back to the top straight away. Burcham, clean path all the way down the lane. Basket and the foul. Dorsey came over late. I think that's just a tired play from the Life defense there, as the lane was completely wide open for the Maddie Burcham drive. That's Dorsey's 4th. Maddie Burcham having a nice night off the bench. She has 13 points. And 13 ties her season high, which came in the season opener against Salem University. Free throw again, no good for Burcham. She's now 3 for 7 from the foul line tonight. Lee right inside. Blocked away from behind by Maddie Burcham. So that's a good thing to see there. Georgetown still fighting hard in a game that's the Tigers put away a while ago. Jackson fouled by McBride. I think, again, a late recovery there for the Running Eagles, and McBride just a little overzealous. It's her 3rd. 39 and change remaining on the clock. Georgetown with 3 home games in a row this week, about to check off number 2 in the win column, as Callie Jackson has had herself a terrific night. 16 and 8 for the freshman out of Graves County High School. 70-52. Tears inside. Jackson wisely lets Tears have it. Tears does now have 20. It'll be the first time Georgetown's gone over the 70-point mark since game number 2 of the season, which the Tigers put up 86 on the board in a loss to Asbury. Tigers passing it around here, and Life says that's enough. Now, outside of a off-shooting third quarter, Georgetown did a really nice job putting together a solid team effort, especially in the 4th early on, as the Tigers pull away from Life in the 4th quarter. And Georgetown has won its 2nd in a row in league play by a score of 70-54 over the Running Eagles. The Tigers now 3-6 on the year and 2-5 in league play. So the Tigers right now hold the 9 spot in conference. And Life, meanwhile, falls to 2-8 on the year. They are still the only winless team in the league. They are 0-7 overall. And right now I just hope these Life players are able to get on the bus and get some fluids and get some rest, because I'm looking at 5 very exhausted players heading off the floor right now. But a good effort from them, just ran out of gas as the game went along. A balanced effort for Georgetown across the board, and I especially want to point this out. 51 bench points tonight for Georgetown. Just tremendous. Callie Jackson, her best night in a Tiger uniform, 16 points, 8 rebounds. Lexi Stapleton hit 3 threes, 11 points in total. Reagan Williams, 12 rebounds off the bench. Maddie Burcham, 13 points. And also Jalen Ambersite, 6.6 boards. And Shelby Wilson in the starting lineup for the 2nd straight game. Her first night in double figures. She finished with 10 points. So good night all around for Georgetown. Some things to work on. They'll have less than 48 hours to do it, as the Tigers are next scheduled to be in action this coming Saturday when Martin Methodist comes to town for a men's and women's doubleheader. The women will start at first, slated for a 1:30 Eastern tip. The men to follow roughly around 4 o'clock. So we'll be here with you on Stretch for all the coverage. Good night here for Georgetown. For our entire Tiger Sports Network crew, I'm Jason Griever. Thank you so much. Georgetown's won 2 in a row in league play. They knock off Life 70-54. You've been watching Georgetown College women's basketball on Stretch.